start off with that one first.
Yeah. All right, we are the biblical Hebrew Israelites, and we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Ha-Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which taught us the truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're going to start with 1 Peter 5:13. Go ahead.
Okay. There's 1 Peter 5, chapter 5, verse 13. The church that is at Babylon, elected together with you, saluteth you, and so doth Marcus, my son.
Right, so in Babylon, you had a church, just like you had the churches of Asia. You got that in Revelation 2? You got that Revelation 2?
Yeah.
And then you could jump to Isaiah 40. Go to Revelation 18.
Me?
Yeah.
Revelation 18.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 1. Unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write, these things saith he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks.
Right, so these were, Revelations was written to those 7 churches of Asia, but you also had a church in Babylon. All right? And evidence of Israelites being in that land of Babylon was like Job. Job was in the land of Babylon, which he was in the city of Ur, which it says right here in Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 7, thou art Yahweh the power who didst choose Abram, and broughteth him forth out of Ur of the Chaldees, and gaveth him the name of Abraham. So Abraham came out of that land of Babylon, which is Iraq, and Job was in that land after the captivity that we suffered with Daniel all the way up to the I got the actual sign right here. Alright, so you have Israelites all over. That's the point. Alright? You have Israelites all over the world that have faith. Grab Hebrews 11 just to testify what faith is. Okay? So we went in Babylon, okay, and we were allowed to leave during the Persians, because it was the Assyrian. It first was the Hamites, which were a different nation than the Assyrian, but the Assyrian eventually conquered the Hamites, and they were ruling with Nebuchadnezzar when he took the southern kingdom into captivity. And then his kingdom was taken over from his son by the Medes, all right? And then the Persians, okay? And then the Greeks, then the Romans, and then today, which you got this beast system, America, EU, and NATO, okay? Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right, and when you go into the book of Job, he was showing his faith because he was suffering. See? And he was an Israelite. He is an Israelite. The Bible tells you of reincarnation. So all the men from the ancient world have been reincarnated back. All right? Like Abraham, which came out of the land of Ur, which Abraham, was reincarnated as Abba Bivens back in the 1960s. He's Elijah, he's John the Baptist, all right, and he prepares the way for Yahushai. Yahushai is the Messiah, as it is written, all right, in the Holy Scriptures. Yahushai is the Messiah, all right, and he was Adam. He was Isaac, the son of Abraham. All right? And he came back as Yahushai, the Messiah. right? But to show that there's faith throughout the whole world amongst the Israelites that have been scattered amongst the whole world, amongst these different nations, all right, their faith is going to be revealed in these last days.
I got a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
This is Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh.
Right. And he's going to what? Prepare the way. He's going to, go ahead.
And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children.
Which was King Masha, which is King David, which was Moses. And then High Priest Yaquab, High Priest Ariah, all right, which they're known of being a part of the One West. Go ahead.
And the heart of the children to their fathers.
Which it would be sons. When you see the children, it would be sons, bond. Which those are the sons of Israel, all right, which are today the elders, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which we give them double honors.
Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
Right, and that curse he's talking about is actually, oh, you know what? Look, right there. I got a picture of the elders that it's speaking of. All right, these are the elders of GMS, starting with Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramlab, Apostle Rakah. This is King Masha, all right, which was the reincarnation of King David. This is Abba Bivens, the reincarnation of Abraham. This is High Priest Ariah, which he's not in the truth right now. Okay? Go ahead.
That was it on that.
All right. But it's going to bring all the men of faith back in before the day of the plague, which is what? The nuclear destruction of America. Okay, that's the judgment of this whore, America.
And there's actually a precept on there, which is Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Right, that fought against Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
So the same thing that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah is about to happen to America. And the Lord did what? He sent his angels in to get the righteous, which was Lot, righteous Lot, which he had 2 daughters that followed with him. His wife started to be with him, but she looked back, and she got dissolved in the fire, all right? And so America is about to suffer the same things as Sodom and Gomorrah.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Right. All right. You'll call. Go ahead and grab that Revelation 18.
This is Revelation 18, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Mm-hmm.
And he cried mightily with a stone voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
With
voice.
With a strong voice.
Okay. Yeah, with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Go ahead.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
You can stop there. Grab Isaiah 47, you'll call.
I got this quick one.
And you just hold verse 1. But what's it saying is once this destruction happens to America, it's going to become a desert, all right? And that's when Babylon is going to be fallen, and it's going to be inhabited by desert birds, okay, like owls and such.
I got that.
And you got that?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's why? Because it has made the whole world wicked. The wicked are the Edomites, the so-called Caucasians, all right, which rule the world in wickedness, and they are making the whole world wicked. They're pushing the implantable microchip, the mark of the beast, and this is an abomination. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
Right, so no man will live here after this. All right, only like I said, what the scripture said, desert birds.
Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and stayers shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
Right, because America's going to be destroyed soon. Go ahead, Jacob.
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Which is America, okay? America is the virgin daughter of Babylon. This isn't talking about Babylon in Iraq. Iraq still exists. You have the remnants of ancient Babylon there. That's what ISIS was destroying. When this happens, there's not going to be nothing here. There's still people inhabiting ancient Babylon. So this is dealing with modern day America, which is known as, spiritually known as Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt. Okay? Go ahead.
Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the high path, the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Right, so their shame is going to be revealed. Go ahead.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Which is happening. Look at Biden. They said he just got removed over there because he shit himself again. They had to actually escort him out of there full of shit, piss. So they're ashamed right now. America's being shamed. The racism, the systematic racism, is a shame on America. Okay? So all these things are happening because these are the signs of America's end is here. It's near. It's soon to happen. America is going to be destroyed after they make the implantable microchip mandatory for buying and selling. And it's going to happen worldwide because the elite of this world, with Esau Edom at the helm, all right, they're going to make it mandatory. That's why they're coming out with this Fed, the Fed account, which is a digital currency. And you got all these countries coming out with the same thing, like a Chinese digital yuan. Well, that's all going to go back to these bankers that run the world. Okay, all these wars were funded by these bankers.
Can I get this quick one? This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed.
Which Rome was wounded, all right? This beast system, which America is the reincarnation of Rome, right? And you got to remember, it was wounded unto death in the Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire, okay? It was wounded, but it healed. How? By America taking its place. Well, America is going to be destroyed, and no one's going to revive America. America is not going to be reborn again. It's not going to be, because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, altogether is going to be made extinct. That's according to prophecies. Okay? Go ahead.
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Right, look at all this stimulus money pumped into the economy. If you look at the market, you can see all three stimuluses where it was sent out and people spent it, right? People bought stock, people went shopping. So you see these three high sparks of economy growth. But what happened right after? it fell again.
It's not being healed.
It can't. It's just like a person on life support.
They can put them on a ventilator. America's on a ventilator.
And if they don't pump more money into this economy, it's gonna.
Because you never seen where there's missing stuff in the store like you see it now.
Right. Go ahead. You got more on that?
Yeah, I just got a couple more.
Go ahead.
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone into his own country.
Which is actually happening. I've seen certain places where you got these heathen owning, like there's a 7-Eleven over here in Westminster, Colorado, and they remodeled it and they shut it down. And instead of reopening, they just went back to their own land.
Back to India or whatever.
Yeah. There's people going back to their land because this place is shutting down. Alright?
For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness.
Right, so the kingdom of heaven is who? The Israelites, starting with the elect. They're going to make it mandatory worldwide, even try to force the elect with their deception to try to get them to take this implantable microchip. Alright?
You could see the steps they're taking, mandatory, with this thing they got out now.
Right? Which they're saying everybody has to take it. But also, they got a space force. They're trying to rule the heavens on top. Because it said that their sins have reached even the sky.
They said there's trash up there.
Yeah.
Yahweh...
Let me grab this real quick.
Okay.
Because in Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar touched the sons, the kingdom of heaven before he was made like a beast. Let me see. Go ahead, I'll find it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 10. Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh our power. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple.
Right, which is what? That destruction that's going to come. Oh, here it is. It says right here, in Daniel 3 verse 28, then Nebuchadnezzar spake, and he was the, right here, he's the golden head on this. This is his vision, his dream that he had, and he was the golden head. After he got the interpretation of this dream, he went and built a 100-foot statue of himself in gold and told all the Israelites to bow, which you had those three holy children, three holy sons of Israel, which they weren't children, they were men. They didn't bow before this statue when all the rest of Israel did. So he threw him in a furnace, and after that he was made into an animal, like an animal-like, because he touched the kingdom of heaven. It says right here, then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him and have changed the king's word. Why? Because the king put out a commandment that everybody had to do it.
Just like Esau's doing.
Right. It says, and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any power except their own power. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other power that can deliver after this sort. Alright, which he touched the kingdom of heaven, dealing with the men. Okay? And what happened to him? Once again, the Lord took his peace from him and made him like a beast for 7 years. And made him wander in the field. He grew hair, his nails grew long.
They got a picture on Google, you can Google it.
Because they actually have documents. You got to remember, these other nations documented their history. Alright? Your call?
Okay. That's back on Isaiah 47, still on verse 3. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Where you at?
Isaiah 47, verse 3. I didn't finish that.
Oh, okay. You want? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So I didn't know you started in the middle.
Yeah,
But that's fine.
off
That's
there.
fine. Yeah.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Right? Which he's going to send Yahweh Shai, our Savior, and he's a God now. When he died and was resurrected by Yahweh, our Father, Yahweh gave him power as a God. So when he comes back, he's not going to meet Esau as a man. That's why he's going to be on top of a so-called UFO. Remember what the so-called UFOs could do, the chariots of heaven. They could fly at high speeds. They could disappear,
They
reappear.
could stop on a dime, enter the water.
Right. So he could do that. See, he could go to space. He could come down into the earth, go into the earth without being bothered by it. So when he meets Esau, Esau's a man.
Can I
Grab
get this?
Exodus 19.
Oh, no. Can I get this real quick?
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
Right. I got the Isaiah 19, verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, the chariot, and shall come into Egypt, as including his son, Yahweh Shai. You just read about Yahweh Shai coming. It says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at the presence, and the heart of Egypt shall mount in the midst of it. Let me get Isaiah 33. It says, not 33, I think it's 31. It says in Isaiah 31, verse 1, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many. Talking about his military. U.S., they said it, even Biden said it. The strongest military in the world.
They still think it.
The Lord's going to destroy that military. It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, in the horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will rise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians, and this is talking about America, are men and not God. And that's why, really, why is Biden shitting himself in front of everybody?
The Lord is doing it.
Right in the presence of that Roman Catholic fake-ass Pope.
Con.
If he had any power, right, why can't he heal him?
Con.
The Lord's doing that on purpose.
When he fell down the stairs.
Yeah. Why? Because they're worshiping a false god. That's what it's going back to. And the Lord's shaming them, just like he shamed Nebuchadnezzar. Because who's the king of Babylon today? Biden. See, and Nebuchadnezzar got shamed, and guess what? Biden's being ashamed right now too. And in the presence of his idol, because remember, Biden is a Roman Catholic. Where's the power to heal him? There is no power in that false
And that's why a
religion.
lot of people are going to wake up when they see, starting with the apostles, miracles.
Miracles.
They're going to say, these are the men of the Lord.
That's what it's for. And it tells you that Yahweh Shai was doing miracles to tell the world who he was, and that the power of heaven was with him. That's why Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they seen them come out of that furnace, they knew Yahushua was with them. They literally seen him. Remember Yahushua? Nebuchadnezzar said, "I see. We put 3 in, but I see 4."
Oh yeah.
They seen him, but then they seen the power that was with him. See, it says, "Now the Egyptians are men and not God." That's why you don't have to fear these men. "And their horses flesh and not spirit," meaning these armored vehicles they have, these armored Humvees and tanks and jets and Space Force. It's nothing but physical material that breaks down.
They got anti-material weapons. So what does the Lord got?
Right. And the chariots, they can't even hit it.
Remember in the 1950s?
It says, when Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, which he's speaking about Yahushua, he's going to send Yahushua, what you just read about. He's gonna slaughter all these people. "Both he that helpeth and shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together," which all these nations shall fail.
Can I get this one?
What?
This is Exodus chapter 14 and verse 13. "And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of Yahweh." All right, you're not going to blast your way out of here. The Lord is going to do this. "Which he will shew to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Yahweh shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace."
Right, how are we not going to see him no more? Because in Second Ezra chapter 13, it says that when he hits them, their military with that laser, they're going to be just dust and smoke.
Dust and smell of smoke. So like in the blink of an eye, they're all gone, and there is a mountain of troops.
Go ahead, Yoko.
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 5. "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans."
Right, which is talking about America. Which Chaldeans were actually witches in the land of Babylon. Which America is witchcraft, full of witches.
Yeah, they had that spirit cooking. And,
Biden, when he did the inauguration is an act of witchcraft.
They look like they're on that adrenaline shit.
Right. Well, it goes back to Egypt. And it actually, they believe a demon, Satan, fills Biden. See? You could jump from there. You call and go to Isaiah 14:9. Go to Jeremiah 51:25, Zion.
Should I go first then?
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9. "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth."
Right. So when these missiles hit, right, what's going to happen? It's called a mushroom cloud. See that in the background? That's a mushroom cloud. It shoots all the debris from the bottom up. It actually pushes it out and then sucks it in.
Like a vacuum.
And then pushes it up into the atmosphere. Just imagine 200 million missiles hitting this. And you got to remember, the mouth is filled with even more than that. But that's what's prophesied. 200 million of these, which have a certain number of nuclear warheads, are going to hit America. So it's going to black the sun out, black the moon out.
And it talks about it in the scripture.
Right. That's it on that one verse. Go to Revelation 16:12. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 51 and verse 25. "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt mountain." Keep going?
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's the point. Is right there. He's going to burn this place. And America is what? A destroying mountain. It conquers these worlds, these kingdoms on
like
earth.
Iraq or Afghanistan.
Right. Well, by how? By these missiles. See? Go to Revelation 13, if you can find it. And it says, he called it down fire from heaven.
Right here is Revelation chapter 13. And I'll just start at verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed.
Right, so the first beast is talking about that old pagan Roman Empire, which was the first of its kind with its democracy.
The Senate and stuff.
Right, the Senate and Congress, all right? Well, now America is that reincarnation of Rome, and they bring missiles down, okay? This is nuclear missiles, but they got tomahawks, they got all kinds of different missiles.
They got drones that you never see coming.
They got movies about it. Mm-hmm.
They just droned those kids, and they said they were ISIS, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And he doeth great wonders.
Oh, that general, he had to apologize. They bombed the wrong place. Which they made a movie about that, where they bombed a funeral, and it wasn't the Taliban.
Oh yeah.
And so then they had to push it off onto someone else.
And they get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
There you go. And he does that in the sight of men. That's why they're afraid of this man. But now they got missiles now. This generation. That's why China is showing off by doing test fires. Russia. Go ahead, your call.
You said Revelation 15?
16.
Oh, Revelation 16. Okay.
Verse 12.
Oh, that's right. Verse 12. Revelation 16, verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Which is going to go into World War III.
And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast.
Right, which there's three ruling parties. You got UK, which is the money, London. And then you got the Rome, which is the religious rulership. And then you got America, which is the military might. All right? And they put out those unclean spirits through the mouth. Through what? Through witchcraft. They speak certain things, and they tell the people to do certain things.
Oh, like he said, everybody got to get the thing.
Right? Or the chip, right? Because it's going back to what? Money, military, and religious.
Just right now, a bunch of people are quitting their job. Police officers and nurses, because that mandate.
Oh, you